Hey, what's going on, Scorpios? Butch here. I'm going to do your February read from now to the end of February. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Scorpios for February 2024? What message do we have for Scorpios? All right, Scorpios. So the first thing I see, Scorpios, I feel like this is someone that you already know. This is someone that you're already dealing with. We have that Six of Cups. And I feel like with this person, I feel like there's been a lot of hot and cold energy with this person. And it's almost like you feel like they're drifting away from you, or they're not into it anymore, or they've walked away. They've already checked out emotionally. They just haven't told you yet. You know, and I feel like they're not helping the situation because I feel like there's been a lack of communication. And I feel like, I mean, it's almost like they're in this self-imposed prison, and they're not accepting visitors. They're not allowing you in. You know, it's almost like they put this wall up and just keeping you out. And like I said, it feels like they've drifted away from you, and it feels like, you know, they're no longer into the situation. You know, they no longer want to move forward. You know, because something's going on here, and they're not telling you what that is. Now, what this is doing, that, you know, the current energy is a lot of chaos, a lot of internal struggle. You know, on one hand, you know, you feel connected to this person, but the other hand, you feel a disconnect coming. You know, and a lot of chaotic energy, you know, not knowing where you stand. It's almost like walking on, you know, fresh ice. You know, you don't know how thick it is and how long and how far can you go before you fall through. It's almost like the cold shoulder. You know, everything you thought is starting to be, you know, thrown up in the air, and you're just kind of, and it's hard not to see the negative. You know, seeing the negatives instead of the positives here. Feeling like the end is coming. This is the end. You know, when are they going to tell me? It's almost like you feel like you're waiting for that. You're waiting for that ball to drop. But, plot twist. With this person, I feel like it really, I get a sense that this person has a lot on their plate. You know, they're dealing with a lot. And I feel like they're not much for sharing. They're good for sharing the good times, but they're not good for sharing, you know, the bad shit. And they especially don't want to share it with you. So what you're not seeing, what's right in front of you, is I feel like this person has a lot going on. and they're afraid to tell you because they don't want to look weak. They don't want to share their failures with you. And I don't feel like there's really so much failures right now, as I just feel like things aren't going the way they thought it would. They're taking too much on. They're spending way too much time in their head, and they're kind of leaving you out in the lurch, leaving you out in the cold while they're in their head with that hermit. Spending a lot of time in their head, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of anxiety, not knowing if they could tell you, and I feel like it's basically what I see here. It's all about, it's like a trust issue. It's not that they don't trust you, they just don't know how far they can trust you. I feel like they haven't felt this way about anyone, and that's why I say it's a plot twist, because I feel like this person truly, truly loves you more than you ever thought they did. They have a hard time showing it. Like I said, with that self-imposed prison, when shit hits the fan, they don't, it's basically like, almost like you go to someone's house and they won't let you in, and you're thinking, okay, they don't like me, they won't let me in their house. But what's really going on is they're renovating their house. They don't want to see it all in shambles. That's the energy I get from this. Is like, shit is not going right for this person, and they're putting on a brave face, but the brave face isn't fooling you. There's something going on, you just don't know what that is. And they don't trust, like I said, it's not that they don't trust you, they don't know how much trust they have in the relationship. They don't know how much, you're willing or you're gonna put up with. And right now they feel like they're gonna they're making you put up with a lot if they come clean. But one thing is clear, this person doesn't want to walk away from this. And honestly, I feel like they're thinking they're protecting you from this. Like, things aren't going good. They feel like they're protecting you from it. But what they're doing is they're shutting you out. They're leaving you in the dark. And that's not protecting. So I feel like they're doing it for the right reasons in their mind, but they're doing it in the wrong way. I feel like you both want the same thing from this. You're both on the same page from what you want from this connection. I just feel like this person is not giving you all the information, so it's causing you to overthink. It's like when someone says, hey, we really need to talk. Or you're at work and your boss says, we really need to talk. I need to see you at my office at the end of the day. And it's the beginning of the day. So you're like, all day you're overthinking it. You're thinking, what the hell? Am I getting fired? Or did I do something wrong? And it's because they allow you to have that time to think about it. They're not giving you anything. It's just, your boss basically comes to you and she or he says, I need to talk to you at the end of the day. Straight face, that's it. We need to have a talk. When anybody says that to you, your parents say that to you, your friends say that to you, we need to have a talk. With giving you no emotion, just a straight face in you. So you have no idea. You're like, what the hell am I getting into? So all you're left with is your own thoughts. But like I said, it's not at all what you think. I feel like this person does love you. I feel like this person does, want a future with you. We have the Ten of Cups here, that family card. And like I said, that Emperor, they think they're protecting you from this. But I feel like they're starting to pick up what's going on here. They're seeing things in a different perspective. They're seeing how in a different perspective. They're seeing how this is affecting you. And that's not what they wanted. So I feel like the answers you're looking for, that answer is coming. That ship is coming in. The answers you are looking for right now are coming. And just to reassure you, this person's thinking about you and only you. They just gotta learn how to let go. And we have the Devil card, so I feel like this person needs to understand that they have to allow you, if they want to be your partner, they want to have that family with you, they want to, show you how much you mean to them, they have to allow you in, the good, the bad, the ugly. We can't just be with someone and share the good with them, because what kind of relationship would that be? So like I said, I do see things, I do see a huge transformation, and I feel like it's solely based on the fact that this person's seeing how this is affecting you. I feel like they were in their own shit for so long that they weren't seeing what was going on around them, but now they're seeing it. Again, with that Two of Swords. They weren't seeing what was right in front of them, but now they see it. With that Libra energy, they see it now. And they don't want the drama. They don't want you to be hurt. They're seeing that they're hurting you, and that's the last thing they wanted to do with that Three of Swords, is that they didn't want to cause you any pain. They were trying to do the opposite. So like I said, it's a huge plot twist. This isn't the end. This is the beginning. This person is truly figuring you out. And it's sad that it took this to get there, but like I said, this person wants to be with you. They want to move forward with you. They want to build that foundation with you. So, like I said, them seeing what they're doing to you is showing them a different perspective, and I feel like you're going to get a huge transformation in the way this person comes at you. I do see this person being honest with you, honest and direct, not leaving you in the dark anymore. It's it's a bit toxic, but it's not intentional. I'm not trying to stick up for them. I'm just saying that I feel like they're doing it from a good place, but they did it in a bad way. They kept you, it's like when you're with someone and you're having financial troubles. You don't want to tell them you're having financial troubles because you're afraid that they're going to be like, okay, well, you can't support me. I'm gone. Or, they want something. They want to go on a trip, and all of a sudden, you have to work, so you can't go on that trip. But you don't want to tell them because you don't want to hurt them. And that's the thing. It's like you don't want to hurt them, so you don't tell them. You omit it. When shit's going bad for you, you don't want to tell them because you don't want to be like, okay, well, this person's a train wreck. I don't want to be with them. That's what the mentality that they're thinking. They're thinking, if I tell this person how shit's messed up right now, they're not going to want to be with me because I'm a hot mess. It's almost like when you're a kid and you break something while your parents are away, and then you do whatever you can to fix it, and they get home before you fixed it, so you hide it somewhere in the house, thinking, okay, next time they go out, I'm going to fix it. They're not going to notice. And like I said, that's not how they wanted to be. They didn't want to hurt you. They didn't trust in the connection enough. But like I said, there is a huge transformation. This person's finally looking up and seeing what this is doing to you. And they don't want you to feel that way. They don't want to hurt you. They want to be the opposite of the person that hurt you. Like I said, that we have that Emperor. They want to protect you. And they think what they're doing is protecting you, but it's not. It's just making you feel little. Your partner doesn't need to protect you from the truth by hiding it. Like I said, this person knows what they want. They want to be with you. They're just spending a lot of time in their head thinking, I don't know how to tell this person. Can our relationship withstand this? Because they really want to be with you, and they don't want you to second guess being with them. So they hid the truth from you. Like I said, you may not even be able to solve the problem that they're having, but it's about being open with someone. You want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you love someone, then you got to know how to be honest with that person. Like I said, the good, the bad, the ugly. And if someone wants to be with you just for the money, or if someone wants to be with you just for what you're giving them, then what kind of relationship is that anyway? So, you have to trust in the person you're with. You have to show them trust in order to earn trust. But like I said, I this person thinks about you and only you. They don't want to walk away from this with that eight of cups in reverse. And this person wants to share their life with you. And when you want to share your life with someone, you got to share everything with them. You got to share the truth. You gotta be honest with each other. And for all you cross watchers that resonates with, I mean, if they can't handle some messiness, then is that the person you want to be stuck in the foxhole with anyway? You know, it's you got to be honest. I mean, honesty goes so much further than you think it does sometimes. Like, some people just underestimate how just being honest with someone, you know, maybe things aren't going right or good for you. Maybe you can't give them the things that you promised or the things that you want to give them at the time. But if they care about you, was that going to matter? They'd rather have your honesty than your money. That's what you want. You want a partner that wants you for who you are and not for what you can give them. Now with this person, we have Libra. We have Aries, Sagittarius, some Cancer, some Pisces, and Scorpio. Then we have some Taurus. We have some Virgo as well. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but sometimes people think it's better not to know. You know, when I was doing this, I was thinking about a friend of mine, and he was dating this girl, and I mean, she was taking him for the ride. But in her defense, he was acting like he had all his money. You know, he was acting like he had money, and he was taking her to these expensive dinners, but he was going broke. You know, and eventually he ran up his credit cards. He went into debt. He took out loans to take this girl out to places and to take her on trips. And, I mean, basically, like I said, he ended up filing for bankruptcy over this girl. And like I said, to her defense, he acted like he had it. You know, she never said, you have to have it to be with me. But he kept doing it. You know, he went on this trip, and I remember he was telling me about this trip he was going on. I'm like, dude, I thought work wasn't going good. And he said, it's not, but I can't tell her she'll leave me. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't lose her. I'm like, shouldn't you just be honest with her? Just tell her you can't afford the trip right now. He said, what if she leaves me? I'm like, then you know. Then you know she's only after your money. But 3 weeks later, he went on the trip. And then he got back, and I remember we were talking again, and he was like, yeah, man. He goes, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I took out a loan to take the trip. I haven't found a job yet. So, you know, he said the loan's coming due, and I can't pay it. And I was like, I mean, what do you do with that? I'm like, why did you go? And he's like, because I wanted to make her happy. I'm like, you could just give her a couple nice dinners here and there. You know, take her on a cheaper trip. All these things you could have done. But I mean, he's taking her to dinner at the finest restaurants in town, all these things. And I'm like, you got to be clear with her, man. And funny thing is, he ended up filing for bankruptcy, like I said, and they're still together. So that's why I felt like I had to come to her defense, because she's a good girl. She's a good person. You know, they had conversations, and he told me, he said, you know what, you're right. He said, when I told her I was filing for bankruptcy, she said, okay. She's like, you know, what can I do to help? And he said, right then I realized that she wasn't in it just for the money. I'm like, but why would you want to be with somebody that's in it for the money? I don't get the thought process that some people have. Yeah, you want to impress people. Yeah, this, that, and the other thing. But why impress somebody to the point that you're broke? Because that impression, I would rather have someone have a good impression of me for the rest of my life than paint some weird facade for a month. Because after that month, then you just look like a liar. People don't want to be around you, because they feel like you lied to them. And I always say that to people. I always say you should undersell. Always undersell. Because you can always exceed the undersell. Don't oversell. Because that should get you in trouble. Surprise your partner with a nice getaway that you can afford. Because nothing's more important. I mean, you could be with someone and be in love for 3 months, and then when all your money runs out and shit hits the fan and that person runs away on you, you're broke and alone. So, I always said that. I always said that. I always think that when you show up on your first date, say, you meet somebody on a dating service or a blind date through a friend or whatever, you should show up and just really undersell. Because it's up from there. I'm not saying take them out to McDonald's. I'm just saying don't take them out for a lobster dinner first date. Unless you can keep it up. But I mean, I honestly feel like I always want to step up in a relationship. I want to be with someone and always be moving forward. Now, taking somebody on a date you can't afford from the first date, there's nothing but down from there. Like I said with this read, I feel like there's a conversation coming. But I feel like I said, I feel like it's a huge plot twist. I feel like you think that this is the end. It's nowhere near the end. This is only the beginning, because now that this person finally figures it out, you can finally begin your real journey with this person. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.